With voting now closed in our state, the anticipation builds as we wait for the final results of the 2022 midterm elections. Right now, election offices are busy counting and sorting through all those mail-in ballots. Voting closed about an hour ago in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and California.
You can see how long some of those voting lines were in some states with important races like Nevada, Wisconsin, as well as Arizona. Here at home, lines were also long at Lumen Field. Thanks for joining us on this election night. I'm Steve Solis.
I'm Jessica Janner Castro. The first round of results are already in for the top races in our state, but it is still too early to call any race. King 5 has team coverage for you tonight. And in this half hour, we have a live update from both watch parties for Washington's Senate race, as well as Congressional District 8.
So those two races are getting national attention because of the impact it could have on who controls the two chambers of commerce. Republicans need to gain 5 seats to take control of the U.S. House of Representatives, but in the U.S. Senate, Republicans need to gain just 1 seat.
And that is where we begin our election coverage with an update on Washington's Senate race between incumbent Democrat Patty Murray and Republican challenger Tiffany Smiley. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of those latest numbers. We're going to get those on the screen for you. Right now, NBC is calling this race for Murray, but we want to be clear that we are not doing that yet here on King 5 because there are still a lot of ballots to count. And so, again, let's get those numbers up for you. We don't have those up for you right now, but we can tell you that Murray is leading against Smiley. There we go, 57% to 43%. And in the top right corner of the screen, you can see 56% of votes are in right now. So we do still have a long way to go. King 5's Natalie Swaby is joining us live from Murray's watch party right now. And Natalie, I know we just watched Patty Murray speak recently to the crowd. Fill us in on what's happening there right now and what the mood is. What's going on?
Yeah, Senator Murray very excited about these early results. She just told the crowd that voters in Washington really showed up. Let's actually take a live look inside that room so you can see some of the excitement. We've heard a lot of cheers tonight. These are Senator Patty Murray's supporters who want to see her receive a 6th term. Now, Murray says the last few years have been the toughest she can remember, but she says her message to voters is that it's made her more determined to be a strong voice for workers and families. Murray points to the role she played in passing legislation to get kids back in the classroom safely, make COVID vaccines available, and help small businesses through difficult times. Murray's priorities moving forward include lowering family costs, making housing and college more affordable, and protecting abortion rights. Now, this did turn out to be a fierce race. Her Republican challenger, Tiffany Smiley, was able to raise a lot of money. So was Murray. They have more than $36 million combined that went into their campaigns. But again, tonight, these early results, Senator Murray very happy about those. Just listen to what she told the crowd a short time ago.
You showed up to make sure we would protect this democracy for future generations and fight so that every American's voice would be heard in the elections. You showed up to do that.
And more candidates are expected to take that podium tonight. This watch party is not over by any means. It did start here at the podium with Senator Maria Cantwell stepping up and saying it's just a great start to election night in Washington state. That's the latest from Bellevue. I'll send it back to you.
Natalie, thank you. Let's check in now on the other side of the race. King 5's Julie Calhoun joins us live from Republican challenger Tiffany Smiley's watch party. So, Julie, what can you tell us so far about the mood in the room right now?
Hey, so right now Tiffany Smiley is actually talking. So if we want to take a live picture of her now, she is greeting the crowd, even though Murray currently has a lead. So if we want to listen in, she's talking right now.
We knew this road would not be easy. I didn't get into this because it was going to be easy. I got into this knowing it would be a fight and that it would be really, really hard. So I'm not disappointed with anything that I'm seeing tonight because over 50% of the vote is still out, folks.
So I'm not easily intimidated, if you don't know that already. And I always stand close to my convictions, and I stand close to the fact that Washington State does not need seniority. We need motivation and principle, and our family will never stop fighting for that. So thank you to each and every one of you from the bottom of our family's heart. This is remarkable. I love this state. Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. I love you. I, want to thank my incredible team. Many of you have gotten to know them over this last 18 months. Incredible people. I have to say, we have run the best campaign in the country. And it's to my team, who many of you know. Like, thank you. They're out here. They're around. They're all over. They work hard. They're dedicated to the mission, and we have one vision and one goal on this campaign, and that's to improve the lives of others. And they've embodied that on every level, have stood by me in the tough times and the good times, and kept driving on at every turn. So I'm an eternal optimist. It's how God made me. And this is not over yet. I have a strong team. We're here to win. As you all know, in Washington State, it takes several days to know the close of our elections here. So, we're confident that when every legal vote is counted, that we can turn the tide here in Washington State. Our team is going to continue to work hard with our friends at the Washington State Republican Party to ensure that every single legal vote is counted. And there is still so much out there. So there is hope, Washington State. There is always hope. And please know that we are so deeply grateful for each and every one of you. I have met so many incredible Washingtonians. Unfortunately, we're underrepresented on the national stage, but it's not always going to be like that. So thank you for joining me in this fight.
So there you have it. Just heard from Tiffany Smiley, and the main takeaway, she's very much not giving up just yet. Tiffany Smiley saying that over half the votes still need to be counted, and it could be, of course, days before all those votes come in. So she's still fighting for this race. She's not giving up just yet. She is still trying to unseat the 30-year incumbent Senator Patty Murray. She, of course, thanked her family and her campaign as she has been on the road and talking to voters for 18 months. So these numbers are still rolling in. We'll continue to bring you the very latest. Back to you.
Julie, thank you. Another big race we're keeping an eye on tonight is the fight for Congressional District 8. That includes parts of Snohomish, King, Pierce, Chelan, and Kittitas counties. Democratic Representative Kim Schreier flipped the seat from Republicans in 2018. She is running against Republican candidate Matt Larkin. Let's take a look at those results that we have so far. Right now, Schreier leading with 53% of the votes compared to Matt Larkin's 47%. And if you look at the top right portion of the screen, you can see 57% of votes are in so far tonight. King 5's Callie Greenberg joining us live from Schreier's watch party. It's loud out there. Callie, what's the mood?
And this is where all the Washington Democrats are. So the mood, people are really excited in here right now. However, we have not seen Kim Schreier yet this evening. As you mentioned, Jessica, this race is 53% right now to Schreier, 47% to Larkin. They are saying that this is a competitive seat. So this is one of the races that people are still waiting to see if that division is going to get closer, if it's going to get larger there. It is a diverse district. That's a big part of why this election is competitive. In fact, it encompasses parts of the suburbs of Seattle and Kittitas counties. Now, Kim Schreier has campaigned on the idea that she is a centrist candidate, and that is her approach when she's in the House of Representatives, saying, hey, she's had 14 bills signed into law, 8 of those signed by President Trump and 6 of them signed by President Biden. However, her opponent, Matt Larkin, has been running a campaign based on a rise in crime as well as a rise in homelessness in Washington state. His campaign slogan for this election is "Make crime illegal again." So the mood here overall is very good, and that is in part because of some of the results we've seen for Democrats across the board. However, this evening we've heard from Patty Murray. We just heard from Susan Del Bene. We have not yet heard from Kim Schreier. As far as I've been able to tell, she hasn't even entered the ballroom yet. So we will keep our eye on that. And once we hear from her tonight, we'll make sure to bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest from Bellevue. We'll send it back to you.
Now to the other side of the District 8 race, King 5's Kristen Goodwillie joins us live with reaction from Matt Larkin's party tonight. Kristen.
Larkin is still trailing Schreier right now by more than 5%, but he did take the stage about 20 minutes ago with his wife and children. It was a very quick speech, but he made it clear he views where he is right now as exactly where he wants to be. And he reiterated that this is going to be a close race. Obviously, this is one that people are watching extremely closely right now, and he thinks it's going to be a tight one, but he also feels like he's going to come out on top.
We are right in this thing. We are right where we want to be. We're in the pocket of victory where we can actually still win this. So we are all over this race. We've got work to do, but we're going to get there over the next 4 days. We will beat Kim Schreier. We're confident of it. Every vote will be counted.
The mood in this room, very excited and hopeful at this point. Larkin is a businessman. He was a former lawyer for the Bush administration, and he did have an unsuccessful run for Attorney General in 2020. He has talked about his platform basically being about the increase in crime and homelessness in this area, specifically District 8. And at last check, he spent $2 million on his campaign. It's far less than what Kim Schreier spent on hers, which was around $9.3 million. Again, though, he said that he is right exactly where he wants to be. This could take days, though, to call this race, and people will be closely watching it. Back to you.
Kristen, you can get the election results right to your phone. All you have to do is text the word results to 206-448-4545. We will send you a link to look at the results across our state or just the county, wherever you live.